काफी देर बाद इतना clean and fun comedy. Interesting. Hi everyone, welcome to First Cut Reviews. Today I'm gonna be reviewing The Zoya Factor. Inspired from a best-selling novel with exactly the same name, The Zoya Factor is quite the harmless piece of cinema, which feels fresh and invigorating, and luckily doesn't try too hard to prove itself. The story revolves around Zoya, who might be one of the most unluckiest person on planet Earth, but at the same time is quite the lucky charm, at least for the game of cricket. How this extremely confused millennial transforms from being this loser to Miss Zoya Devi is what the story offers. It's quite an interesting concept, but the entire essence could have just gotten lost and the film could have gone all haywire had the film tried to make a point. It does make a point towards the end, but fortunately it doesn't push it too hard or take that entire message too seriously. So when the trailer of the film dropped, cricket being the central essence of the film, I was kind of worried because I am not a fan. But thank God the writers know कि कितना proportion में cricket को डालना है. So the film has cricket just to carry the narrative forward. And that's good news for non-fans like me. Cricket से याद आया, the writers nicely portray कि how cricket is actually worshipped as a religion in our country and how there are so many superstitions surrounding it, and that is why the entire luck factor which Zoya brings in works so strongly. Acha, cricket se yaad aaya. The strongest point of the film, the commentary. All of the commentary in the film is in Hindi. It feels काफी grounded, काफी realistic. I have heard some Hindi commentary here and there, and by God, it's the funniest shit. And that goes the same for the film. ये देखिए ये बेलें कैसे विकेटों के साथ चिपकी रही, जिस तरह रणवीर दीपिका के साथ चिपके रहते हैं. In terms of the story was काफी clear from the trailer itself, and literally there are no surprises wrapped up. Okay. This film is loaded with a lot of brand endorsements. But for the first time, I've seen such kind of branding really infused well into the narrative. Not even a single endorsement there, whether it be Cadbury Silk, which offers one of the best laughs in the film, or Pepsi, or some kind of cement brand. All of it is a part of your storytelling, and thus it doesn't really stick out anywhere. Another strength of the film is the dialogue. The dialogue is pretty naturally emerging here and there. It doesn't feel like dialogue. It actually feels like conversations, which is pretty missing in films nowadays. And then talking about the dialogue, most of it is extremely witty. Even in the most serious sequences of the film is peppered with little gags, which will make you smile, giggle, or even make you go all lol in your seat. While a lot goes good for this film is pretty dragged in a lot of portions. Especially the entire romantic angle. While that entire romantic angle is sweet, and I have taken away one of the best proposal scenes I've seen recently. दो romantic गाने एक ही movie में, one pre-interval and one post-interval, not required. Sorry. मतलब I know Sonam Kapoor and Dulquer Salman look काफी sexy together, but overdose अच्छा नहीं होता यार. Post interval, the film kind of becomes a raita because there are too many subplots that step in. Like, there is this interviewer who is trying to create some nasty happenings in the film. Then there are these two people who want to desperately push the captain out. Then the captain himself seems pretty confused because उसको नहीं पता कि luck काम कर रहा है या फिर his hard work is working. Then the entire Zoya Devi angle itself is thoda overdosed. But again, thankfully the writers don't let this stay for long. And luckily soon a lot of subplots get shut. Zoya is a nicely written character. Kafi likable types. But there is no layering or anything like that. But talking about Zoya, I think that's the same for all the characters. You won't really find any arcs or depth in them. But in such films, when you're stepping in, you don't really want to see character sketches out there. All you wish to have is a good time, and yes, this film offers a lot of that. Sonam is good in portions. Portions where she needs to act all messed up or kafi jhalla valalla she needs to act. She works. But as soon as the director tries to extract acting out of her, you realize she desperately needs acting lessons. As for Dulquer Salman, he is pretty drool-worthy. And whatever he's given on his plate, he actually carries off pretty well. So summing it up, this little film is like a breath of fresh air. It has its numerous shortcomings, many plot distractions, but in the end, it is a little breezy, light-hearted comedy which remains in its own fantasy land and wishes to transport you to it as well. I'm going with 3 out of 5 for the Zoya factor.
मेरे डैड को लगता है कि मैं क्रिकेट के लिए बहुत लकी हूँ. I was born the day India won its World Cup.
One of the best things that I've carried away from the film, that post-interval scene, which is actually an advertisement. You won't even realize that the film has started again. काफी witty.